Hi, and a warm welcome to you all. My name's Andy, and I'm here today in the Duplo International Showroom to show you the new DDC-8000X Ultimate. This is the complete configuration that you will see for our print embellishment machine. So we'll start off up this end. This is our sheet feeder. So it's a digital sheet feeder, it's suction fed. We have a 200mm capacity, maximum sheet size of 585 by 1068. And we have a minimum grammage of 160 gram, all the way up to 600 gram. So what happens here is the job will actually get sucked up through the actual feeder itself, and then it passes under a caliper, which is basically measuring the thickness of the actual sheet. So once it measures the thickness of the sheet, it then will adjust the pressure of the foil, but also the position of the head. So it's 1mm above the surface of the actual paper itself. We then move on to this surface treatment unit. So this is an electronic surface treatment unit. This is allowing us to have one oil for many different print engines. So what we are doing is we're changing the actual structure of the toner, allowing that oil to adhere then to the print itself. Once it passes under here, we're then coming into our automatic registration system. So the whole sheet in here will come in, even if it's over 1 meter long, the whole sheet will register to the side lay here and then pass under the rubber roller that you will see in here. This rubber roller will actually take off any dust or any spray powder that you might have on the sheet. It then passes under some cameras. Those cameras are the automatic registration system that you have in this machine. The reason why we have an automatic registration system is it allows that very first sheet to be sellable, so there's no waste. Once it passes under those cameras, it then comes underneath the actual heads themselves. So we have 5 Kyocera 600 DPI heads in this machine. They will be dropping at drops of 20,000 droplets per second onto the sheet. Once it passes those droplets, we can take a range of 20 micron all the way up to 80 micron, all in one pass using grayscale. Once it passes through there, we then pass through this UV LED section. This is the very first UV LED section that we have here, and we have 2 within the machine. The first one is part curing. So when we're doing foiling, what it's doing is it's suspending the actual oil from growing. What it's also doing is curing from the inside, which allows the outside of that oil to be very tacky. So once that passes through there and we pass through the foil unit, the foil adheres to the tacky oil. If we're not doing foiling, then we're just doing spot UV. Same thing appears. What we do is we then inkjet onto the actual sheet. We then stop the growth that you might have on that oil. So we keep very, very good quality for our very fine text. And then once it passes through there, we then finish the curing through our mercury UV lamp. So we can UV jobs of B2 size up to 1,500 sheets per hour through this machine. So if we're just doing foiling, we will pass through this machine and do nothing. It then comes underneath the foil. So as I said before, the foil is adhering to that tacky oil. And then once it passes under the foil, we are then finished in the curing process off with the other UV LED that you see here after the foil unit. Once it passes after the foil unit, the foil then comes up, takes away the waste of the foil, and then the job will then drop off at the end here in the stacker. We're adding value here with our silver foil to a B2 sheet. As I said to you, up to 1,500 sheets per hour. So any more information you require for this machine, it's the DDC-8000X Ultimate. Please reach out to your distributor. That's me, Andy Cuff. Thank you very much.